Hey everybody, it's your boy KTJ here. Welcome to Love Coach Sessions Live. We're here and glad to be here. We're running a little late, but we're still making it happen. I had an event to go to that I had to get to, and that's part of what I'm going to talk about today. So let's get into it. Look, we have the chat room available. The chat room is open. And so if you want to come on in the chat room, say hello, come on in. Let me know that you're here, as well as leave a comment in the chat room. That is perfectly fine as well. So it's a beautiful day in the Isle of Zamunda, which is Atlanta. And it's a beautiful day to get this talk going, get this conversation going. Let me get a swig. And let's get this talk going. So today, you guys, I want to talk to you about this topic. Your heart or your head? Which one should you listen to? So this talk was inspired by a conversation. I went to an event today and met a lady. She's an older lady. This lady, I think she said she was 64. Okay, she said she's 64, and I don't know what happens, you guys. I just sit down next to somebody, and the next thing we know that we're having a conversation about their love life, about their relationship, about why the guy is doing the thing that he does. And I'm like, I can't help it. I go all into it. So the lady started telling me, she's like, I met a man. He lives in LA. We went to school together, went to college together. We found each other at a reunion, and we just, the sparks flew. He kissed me, and the earth shook. She said he kissed me, and it was like, whoo. And you guys know how I feel about those kisses. And I did even let her know in on the whole brain explosion thing. But she said she's really passionate about it. She said, look, I'm telling you, this man, whoo, he just does it for me. And he asked to marry me. She didn't have a ring. She said the ring is coming, but he asked to marry me. He says he wants to marry me, but she said, I'm old fashioned. You got to get on one knee and propose, and you got to pull out that ring. She said, you even had to talk. You got to even talk to my father and ask my father's permission. I'm like, you're 64. Their father's like 88. She said she's 64. Okay, whatever floats your boat, right? So she's sharing this idea with me, and she says, but sometimes I feel a little apprehensive. Sometimes I feel a little nervous. Sometimes I feel a little concerned. She said, on one shoulder, it's like the devil whispering in my ear. Why isn't he answering the phone? Why hasn't he called me? He's probably got another woman out in LA. He's probably got another woman here, woman there. He's probably just playing me. Why does he want me, of all people? All these things he's asking. How come he didn't call when he said he was going to call? What was he doing that he was so busy? Is he really going to be the man that he says he is? Okay. So she said, that's the devil, little devil on the shoulder. She said, but then her heart, she said, then my heart listens to him as he tells me, you've got nothing to worry about. You've got nothing to be concerned about. I am true blue, and I am for you. You've been waiting for Mr. Right, and Mr. Right has arrived. And I am all the things that you've prayed for. Am I right? I just made that up. Am I right? And she's like, yeah, you're right. So her heart is warmed by this guy, by his words, by his deeds. He sends her flowers and sends her nice things and makes her feel warm inside. Oh my God. Oh my God. So She told me, I don't, she's like, sometimes it could be really difficult. It could be hard, downright hard. And so I thought that this would be a good topic for us to talk about today. Like, how do you proceed with this? Do you listen to your heart that is swept away by the situation, your heart that is full of emotion, full of passion, full of vigor for love? Or do you listen to the little devil, which I told her to replace that? That's not the little devil. You know what that is? It's something that begins with a D, but it's not the devil. Discernment. Okay? You got your heart and then you got discernment. Your heart and your head. Which one should you listen to? So in this situation, let's say this was you. Situation, your head says, I don't know about this. And a lot of times the head is going to give you, sometimes that head is discernment, sometimes it's just discovery, I guess. I don't know. Sometimes just poking, telling you maybe it's not going to work out. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Right? But then you have your heart. Your heart's wrapped up in it. So which one do you listen to? Now, here's my thought on it. I told her, I said, you got both of those two things. They're both here to help you. Look, I know it feels like the devil, but it's not the devil. It's discernment, and that discernment is here to go before you to say, watch out for this, watch out for that. Why is this? Why is that? There's nothing wrong with questioning whatever is going on in your relationship. Nothing wrong with asking a question. You know how many women who mess up because they don't ask a question? No, men don't like to be questioned, but we should be. Men don't like to be questioned, but you have to question men. If he doesn't like being questioned, so what? It's okay. He'll be all right. But men don't often want to be questioned. And guess what? I'm sure you also don't like being in the dark. So it's going to be one or the other. You might as well come to the light with it so you know what you're dealing with. So you got the discernment sitting there. And you got your heart, the emotions wrapped up in there. Which one should you listen to? Now, here's my suggestion. I'm suggesting that you listen to both. You listen to that discernment and you listen to the heart, the emotions, and bring them both together. And when it comes together, here's how it looks. It looks like, I can tell, I know this guy loves me. I can tell. No man would do this, that, and the other thing, and this other thing if he didn't love me. But here goes, switch to the discernment. But you know what? Just in case he doesn't, I love myself. Just in case he doesn't, I'm okay with being and living, and I'm gonna live on, whether this becomes the be or not. I'm going to continue loving myself and even expecting and looking forward to love to happen in my life one day. Will I be sad? Yes. Will I go on? Yes. Well, will this stop me? No. And you put on from there. So I'm suggesting you take both. Because I'm telling you, you can go through this stuff if you only, let's say you decide, I'm only listening to the discernment. Now you are all logic and no emotion. No emotion. There's no passion in it. There's no connect warmth. Listen, when you start in a new relationship like that and getting going down the marriage train, the marriage conversation, that needs to be full of love. That needs to be full of possibility wonder about what we could do together. Not full of, well, I wonder if he actually loves me. All right. I wonder if he's going to do what he said he's going to do. I wonder if this is all leading into that I would hope that it would be. Yeah, it happens, man. Uh, so you can't have all discernment. Now you also can't have all emotion, where you're just flying on a cloud. Oh, everything is so beautiful. Oh, don't worry about the fact that he didn't call me in 2 days. It's okay. We're just flying on. We're going to be husband and wife, just like on TV. And no discernment, guy might be robbing you blind and you don't even know. Guy might be wasting your time and you don't even know. He might not be what he said he was going to be, but you wouldn't know unless you decide to bring emotion with the discernment. You can't have one without the other. Look, you can't be all discernment and logic, and you can't be all emotional. She began to tell me about the kiss. She told me, she says, you know, I can tell you, I know I love this man because let me tell you something, Mr. Love Coach. When that man kissed me, she said, I felt the earth move. She said, I felt lifted off my feet. She said, when our lips touch, woo! I don't think she was as dramatic as I am, but she was pretty dramatic, right? She said, our lips touched. And I knew, woo, this might be the one. So I said, well, listen, I gotta tell you something, ma'am. I gotta tell you something, ma'am. What you felt when your lips touched was the skin to skin contact and the nerve endings on the front of your lips, a little wetness, a little warmth, and the energy of a human being kissing your lips. And that sent an explosion to your brain. It's the serotonin just and the dopamine just shot to your brain. An explosion happened in your mind. Do you understand that that was a chemical reaction? Not necessarily an emotional reaction. She said, I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say. The earth moved when that man kissed me. Okay, look, I'm not saying that the earth didn't move when he kissed you. But I'm telling you, there are people, you guys, who have gotten themselves into long-term situations with sometimes the wrong person, sometimes the person they didn't know, sometimes the person they didn't really get to know, just because you felt an explosion on your lips, from your lips to your brain. That explosion is what you felt, but it was actually just a natural chemical reaction, and you got high in the brain. It may not even be the other person. Look, what I'm trying to tell y'all today is, and this is what I talk about pretty often now. I heard this from another speaker, my brother. He's a neuroscientist. His name escapes me. I'm gonna see if I can get him on this show to break all of this down even further, because I never really thought about it much. But there are people who are married to people because they had a chemical explosion in the brain, or because their energy was so strong and their touch and their all of those things. It's when you get these relationships that are purely physical. And the next thing you know, people getting married off of a physical relationship. So then you got to have sex or it's not going to work. Then all you got is a sexual relationship with your partner. Your futures don't match. Your passion for life doesn't match. Your interests aren't in alignment. Your desire for greater things or whatever your direction is off. All because of a kiss that you thought meant love. Explosion in brain, person in front of me caused the explosion. A plus B equals C. Oh, okay. That must mean I'm in love. When you're just in infatuation, when you're just in a dopamine rush, when you just got a hit of the love drug and it had nothing really to do with that other person. I'm telling y'all, look, this is a conversation you ought to have with your teens, with your young people that, because they're making mistakes, having these situations, when you had your first kiss in your brain blew up and you thought this must be the one. That explosion meant this is the one. Like everybody remember, I guess I'm getting old. Love American Style. It's a show that used to come on Saturday evenings after the Love Boat. I'm taking it back a little bit here, y'all. After the Love Boat, this show used to come on called Love American Style. I don't even remember all about the movie, the show, right? But the one thing I do remember is that every time somebody kissed, when somebody went in for a kiss, mwah, they would show fireworks. Fireworks. All from a kiss. Fireworks, an explosion. That's like the explosion that went on in the brain. Is it your heart or your head? Now, that natural thing is actually supposed to be there. You are supposed to feel something magical for a human being giving you a kiss. You're supposed to feel something. But you're not supposed to gauge your entire life off of this one moment. You're supposed to feel something, though. Yes, you are supposed to feel something. You should feel like at least the warmth. Because guess what? If you marry that person 20 years later, you probably won't feel any explosion at all. You just feel warm lips on your face. And it still feels good to kiss. It's still a healthy thing for your mind, for your body to kiss. But is the person that you're kissing going in the same direction, going to bring long-term happiness, long-term love, long-term care? Trust me, you can't marry everybody you want to kiss. Everybody you want to kiss is not meant for your future and not meant for what's coming next. So, your heart or your head, which one are you going to listen to? I'm suggesting that you take both. I'm suggesting that you give each their valuable time. I told the lady, I said, she asked me, so how do you know? Like, she really wanted to know. How do you know? I said, because I know, I'm sure this little kiss analogy wasn't something she was looking for. She wasn't prepared for that. She wasn't prepared for that. She was prepared for me to say, oh, tell me more about how romantic this was. The man came and gave you a kiss. Oh, she wasn't expecting me to break down that kiss and what it meant and maybe what it didn't mean. So then she asked me, she said, okay, well, love coach, tell me. Like, what do I need to look out for? How do I manage this situation? So for y'all who are listening, pull out your crayons. Pull out your crayons, pull out your little magic marker. Somebody might need to take a note on these conversations. Here's what I told her. I said, listen, There's something that is undefeated. It's not love in this particular instance, like the emotions. Emotions are not something that you can rely on because they're up, they're down, they're up, they're no, no, no. Even logic isn't something that you can build a relationship on because you can't be feeling less. I know 2 plus 2 equals 4, and it will always equal 4. That's why you need that logic. That's why you need that discernment to always be there. But there is something even greater that is undefeated. Hey, LV, something even greater that is undefeated. That is time. Time, Time, is undefeated. I told her my saying, people lie, but time never lies. Time never lies. Time will tell you if a person is real or not, if a person is fake, if a person's got multiple situations going on, if a person is trying to play you, if a person is trying to get what they want out of you, if a person just wants what's between your legs. Like, all of that, time will reveal. But if you're in such a hurry, if you're in such a great demand, you've got to have them. I got to have them. Well, guess what? You're going to get them, and then you're going to have all that comes with it. And then it'll be revealed to you all the stuff that you didn't know about because you didn't ask. You didn't know about it because you didn't ask. Because you didn't let enough time get by. So put it up on the time register. Time, number one, is the thing that you need to look out for if you're trying to make this decision. The second thing is you should not be considering taking the journey with somebody who you have not seen in all the range of emotions. Have you seen them when they're happy? Have you seen them when they're sad? Have you seen them when they are depressed? Have you seen them when they are, dealing with grief? Have you seen them when they're dealing with when they've got a lot? Have you seen them when things are looking shaky? Okay. Have you seen them when they were angry? Have you seen them when they were sorrowful? Have you seen them in all of the range of emotions? Listen, I repeat, do not marry somebody that you haven't seen in the range of emotions. Do not marry somebody who you have not seen in the range of emotions. Look, the guy might lose his job and lose his mind. He might go sleep in the corner, go walk in the park. He might commit suicide just because he lost his job. Look, during this pandemic, I'm telling you, the suicide rate is high. Some of these people have never had to sit still and confront themselves. It's hard too. It's hard. I went to an event today and I couldn't hug anybody. And I knew some people there. I hadn't seen them in a couple of years, and I was happy to see them. And we had to give each other the elbow. I mean, and that could be difficult if let's say you're you're an out extrovert. You're an extrovert. That could be very difficult to deal with that kind of situation. So, but you need to know what kind of person you are dealing with, and what their triggers are. Okay, what's his trigger? What's her trigger? I knew a young lady I was dating one time, and she was the sweetest thing ever. Oh, she was so sweet. She was so sweet. She was kind. She had a beautiful smile, dark skin, beautiful young lady, right? Boy, she got in her car, and I happened to be on the passenger seat. I let her drive. So it was her car. I was in the passenger seat. She got into traffic, skirt, driving, heavy foot. Somebody cut her off, and she went from sweet, adorable to get the F out of my way. What? She's slamming her hands on the on on the dash. She's slamming her hands and bang, bang, bang. Move out of my way, you mother. I thought she was possessed by a spirit. I thought, sure, this girl was a nutcase. But after she got out of the car, she went right back to her normal, calm and refined self. She was very refined and educated, but she was from the hood. That she could flip it on and off when she needed to. Right? Unbelievable. But you never would have known. Like, I never would have seen that side of her had I not spent time with her. I know I never would have guessed that she would have had such an attitude. That she would have been so nasty. That girl was nasty. But she was what my mama called nice nasty. She can flip it on and flip it off. But but the range of emotions are necessary. You have to see it. You have to know who you are dealing with. No, you have to know how they act when they're angry. Some of these people will slap you. Yeah. Some of these guys, he might give you a backhand. He might smash your head into the dashboard in the car for talking back. And then come back and be talking about, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it. Sometimes you just make me so mad, and you just make me do that to you. Why do you make me do that to you? Why? Why do you make me do that to you?" You need to see a person in the full range of emotions before you decide to settle in on that one person. All right. There's more. I got more of these, but I'm gonna stop here because the game is to be sold and not told. All right. So if you want if you need some more of this and you need a one-on-one, hit my line. You can shoot me an email at lovecoach@gmail.com and at lovecoach@gmail.com. And I will reach back out to you and we can hook it up. We set you up with a one-on-one coaching session. We do 30 minutes, we do an hour, and we can work on you and your situation. Yeah, I'm not one of these people who tries to just pander to you to get your money, just to hang around. I'm not that guy. I'm going to tell you the absolute truth about your situation, and then I'm going to tell you how we're going to fix it. And that's the way we do it. So shoot me an email if you want to do a one-on-one coaching session as well. I need y'all to join the Patreon community. The link will be down in the description below. It helps the show. It helps us keep going, and it's going to be beneficial to you as well. We're going to give you some extras just for being a part. All right. All right, you guys have an amazing day. Till next time. Peace and love. Bye.